Hey guys, so today you are going to cover vertical transformations. So if you will fold this green paper that you picked up in half, so it looks like this, you should have a little tab at the bottom that says vertical transformations, and we'll glue it in your notebook momentarily. But until then, we're going to look at the left side and start filling out the front. So g of x, this g parentheses x, stands for our parent function of quadratics, which g of x equals x squared. G of x equals x squared. And just to remind you, if I were to type that into Desmos over here, we're still looking at that same parabola shape. This is what we call our parent function. It's our original. Okay, if we have a number that comes before x squared, so a number or a coefficient before x, here, it's a sign of a. If a is greater than 0, then our parabola will be positive, meaning it will be upright like it is right now. If the value of a is between 0 and 1, meaning it's a fraction, then we will see what we call a vertical shrink or compression. And we will see the graph get wider. We'll look at an example of that here in a second. Okay. If a is less than 0, then our graph will be negative. So for instance, over here on my Desmos, if I go back and make my x value negative, notice that my parabola flipped over. Okay. All right, if a is greater than 1, we call this a vertical stretch. And instead of getting wider, it's getting narrower. Obviously, going to be cut. So instead of it getting wider, it's getting narrower. Okay. Now, if I look over here on the right side, these are also vertical transformations. Up here, remember that g of x is our parent function, g of x equals x squared. So that's the one that we have up here on the screen on Desmos still. All right, if d is greater than 0, so like if we're adding d, we'll say it's a vertical translation. Which means it's going to slide up or down. In this case, it's going to shift up. So parabola shifts up the y-axis. And to show you that, if I come over here and let's say I just did +2, notice that it shifted up from where it was before. Okay, now if b is less than 0, meaning I'm subtracting, it's still a vertical translation. But in this case, the parabola shifts down the y-axis.